Welcome back to The Explainer. Okay, let's just jump right in today because right now, across the globe, there's this immense, high-stakes pressure just boiling over in corporate boardrooms. And the topic? Well, you guessed it, artificial intelligence. Boards are all turning to their CEOs and basically asking the exact same fundamental AI questions, just phrased in a dozen different ways. And as we're going to see today, the stakes for getting this answer right, they've absolutely never been higher.
But here's the uncomfortable truth right out of the gate. And it's a pretty stark one. Most CEOs are answering badly. We're seeing it happen across all industries. Executives are totally fumbling the response when the board turns up the heat. They're trying to sound innovative, they're trying to sound forward-thinking, but there's just a massive disconnect between what the board actually needs to know and what the executive team is reporting back to them.
So why the big disconnect? Actually, it's pretty simple when you look at it. CEOs are focusing on the wrong thing. They think the board is just asking, hey, what are we doing with AI? So they start listing off tools they've bought or, little software pilots they've spun up. But that is fundamentally the wrong framing. The actual questions that matter, the ones truly driving all that boardroom anxiety, are simply these two. Are we exposed and are we positioned? These are critical strategic questions, not just software procurement checklists. So let's break down exactly what each of these means.
First up, let's look at what it means to be exposed. This is your defensive risk. It asks a terrifyingly simple question. Could a competitor's AI adoption hurt our margins or our market share before we even have the time to react? This is all about the sheer urgency of the current landscape. Look, if the competition figures out how to radically drop their cost structure or drastically speed up their delivery using AI, and you're caught flat-footed, well, you're exposed. It's a direct, existential threat to your existing business model.
Now, what's really interesting about this next concept is that being positioned is an entirely different ballgame. Being positioned asks, are we actually building capability that compounds over time? Or are we literally just buying off-the-shelf tools that anyone else, including our competitors, can just go out and buy tomorrow? You see, buying a license for new AI software doesn't give you a strategic advantage. It just gives you a commodity. Being truly positioned means you're structurally embedding AI into your business to create a unique, compounding advantage.
So, to fix this whole boardroom disconnect, every executive needs a highly structured game plan, the CEO's AI Playbook, and it requires 4 distinct moves. Appoint a single owner, set a portfolio, establish governance, and communicate a narrative. Let's dive right into move number 1.
Move 1. The single owner.
This first step is absolutely all about authoritative urgency. The directive here is crystal clear. You have got to appoint a single owner for your AI strategy, and this person must report directly to you, the CEO. This cannot be an afterthought. You can't just bury this crucial role 3 levels deep in the IT department. No way. AI strategy isn't just an IT issue. It's a core business strategy issue. By having this single owner report directly to the top, you're signaling to the entire organization that this is a massive enterprise-wide priority.
And let's be clear about what this actually achieves. This isn't about bureaucracy or, creating some huge new department with a bloated budget. It is strictly about preventing chaos. You're choosing a unified, single strategy owner over the very real danger of scattered, totally uncoordinated initiatives. You desperately want to avoid a scenario where AI decisions are being made across 5 different departments simultaneously with zero communication between them. A single owner brings the whole picture into focus.
Moving right along to move 2. Set a portfolio, not a bet.
We really need to stop treating AI like a trip to the casino, right? Instead, you have to build a structured investment portfolio. A super healthy baseline split here is roughly 70% defensive and 30% offensive. Let's unpack that for a second. Your defensive investments, that massive 70% chunk, they're there to protect your existing margins. It's about efficiency, cutting costs, and frankly, just not getting left behind. Then that 30% offensive slice, that's where you're actively building entirely new capabilities and hunting for new value. It's a balanced approach to make sure you survive today while simultaneously inventing tomorrow.
But hey, a quick caveat here. That 70-30 split isn't carved in stone. It's a highly effective baseline for sure, but the playbook notes you've got to adjust this ratio for your specific industry's pace of change. Like if you're in a hyper-fast, tech-heavy sector, maybe your offensive slice needs to be a bit thicker. Or if you're in a heavily regulated, slower-moving industry, your defensive investments might naturally take up a bit more of the pie. The key takeaway is to consciously tailor that portfolio to your market's actual reality.
All right, move 3. Establish a governance rhythm.
You need a system that makes all this visible and measurable over time. This rhythm takes the shape of quarterly reviews, and there are 4 specific metrics you absolutely must cover. First, what has been piloted? Basically, what new ideas are we testing? Second, and honestly, this is vital, What has been killed? You have to show that you're totally willing to shut down AI experiments that just aren't working. Third, what is scaling? What actually proved its value and is hitting the enterprise level? And finally, metric number 4, what do the actual ROI numbers show? We're talking no fluff, just hard, undeniable data on the return on investment.
Now, these quarterly metrics, they completely solve that boardroom disconnect we talked about at the beginning. Because here's the secret. Boards absolutely do not want to approve every single tool you buy. They have zero interest in micromanaging your software subscriptions. What boards desperately need is visibility into the overarching pattern of decisions. When you show them what you're piloting, killing, and scaling, you are showing them a real pattern of strategic governance. You're proving to them that you are firmly in control of the ship.
Which brings us to move 4. Communicate a workforce narrative.
Honestly, this might be the most overlooked step in the whole playbook. You must communicate before anxiety fills the vacuum. AI naturally creates a ton of uncertainty. People wonder if a machine is literally going to take their job. So as an executive, you have to proactively step up and tell a crystal clear story about how AI is going to change their roles. You've got to get out in front of the rumor mill.
Because look at this quote. The source material hits the nail on the head here. If employees don't hear a clear story from leadership, they'll write their own story, and it's usually worse than reality. Let that sink in for a second. If you choose executive silence, the cultural consequences are downright disastrous. In the absence of a clear narrative from you, human nature just naturally assumes the absolute worst. Morale will totally plummet, resistance to change will skyrocket, and it's all just because leadership failed to own the narrative.
So that brings us to the final hurdle, the ultimate CEO test. Are you ready?
Here's a rapid-fire test for any executive watching this explainer right now. Could you, in under 2 minutes, clearly explain these 3 things? Where is your company defensively protected? Where are you offensively building new capabilities? And exactly who owns the decision-making process? Really think about it. Can you answer that cleanly and with total confidence?
If you couldn't answer that today, like if you hesitated even for a second, or if your answer just involved a bunch of vague buzzwords, then we know exactly what you need to do next. That right there is your very next board meeting agenda item. You cannot wait on this. The transition from being painfully exposed to being powerfully positioned, it starts with admitting exactly where you stand right now and deploying this playbook immediately.
But look, understanding this playbook is really just the beginning. The real question is, are you driving the AI transition in your industry, or are you just waiting around to be disrupted? Think about that as you look at your own roadmap. And hey, what happens when you do everything right at the top, but things still grind to a complete halt down on the ground floor? Well, in our next explainer, we're going to dive into why employees quietly sabotage AI rollouts and exactly what you need to do about it. It's going to be a good one, so we'll see you then.